Hello and welcome to Suxxesso in a Nutshell, our series of short videos highlighting the extensive functionalities and outstanding usability of our SAP Test Automation product, Suxxesso Tool Suite. In this video, I will demonstrate three functionalities through just one test case: the establishment of the test case itself, the creation of a Microsoft Word document with a description of the test case, and the making of a training video with the test case. As you can see, our SAP session has already been started, and we have also started Suxxesso Test Pilot. This is the main component of Suxxesso Tool Suite, which is used for the establishment and the modification of test cases. In order to start our demonstration, we will put Test Pilot in recording mode. For this demonstration, we will use a very simple and straightforward transaction in SAP, which is ME21N. As you can see, Suxxesso Test Pilot is recording all the steps that we are taking in SAP. This transaction is for the creation of purchase orders. So in order to do that, of course, we have to define some parameters, among which are the vendor, the purchasing organization, the purchasing group, and the company code. Naturally, of course, we have to define also the material or the product that we need, the purchasing quantity, let's say 75, and the plant where this product is needed. When we press enter, SAP shows us the details of this purchase order. We have the vendor, we have the product that we need, and the plant where it should be provided. With clicking on the Save button, we actually execute the transaction in SAP. And at the end, we get the message from SAP that the purchase order has been created with this number. In Suxxesso Test Pilot, we could need this message for further reference. For instance, if we want to automate this whole test case. And in order to do that, we insert a new step by clicking on this button, and the new steps will be the verification of this message, which gives us this result with the technical number for the correctness of the transaction. With this, our test case has been established, and we can exit the recording mode of Test Pilot. In order to see whether the transaction has run correctly, whether all steps have been performed correctly, we can replay the test case by clicking on the replay button. Of course, we have to change the session manager, and Test Pilot starts going through all the steps that we had previously recorded. And in the end, we get a message that the replay has been successful, which means that the transaction has run correctly and all the parameters have been correctly defined. This concludes the demonstration of our first functionality, and in order to go to the second functionality, the creation of a Microsoft Word document, we go to the Test Pilot main menu, where there is a command Export to Word. When we click on it, a pop-up window appears which helps you define the template and the name of the description file where they will be saved and so on. They have already been defined, so I just click on Create, and we get the Microsoft Word document, which contains all the steps that have been carried out in this test case with the respective screenshots. And of course there is space to add additional description, additional text, clarifications for the potential user. At the end there are also opportunities to add more detailed comments and information about the test case. This record of the test case can actually also be used for training of potential end users to see what are the steps and to replicate them in their work. With this we have concluded also the demonstration of the second functionality of our product. And speaking of training, of course, the third functionality is the creation of a training video. For this again we go to the main menu of TestPilot, where there is a button named screen recording. If we switch it on, TestPilot will record everything which happens on the screen. Naturally you have the opportunity to choose whether you want to use audio with this recording, this video. Of course, if we are making a training video, it makes sense to use recording, because then we can provide additional clarifications for the potential trainee. With this our third functionality has concluded, and in general our demonstration has concluded. I hope this video has managed to convey not only the rich functionalities but also the excellent usability of Suxxesso tool suite. Usability which makes it possible for process owners and even individual users to set up very easily their own test cases and scenarios without the employment of outside experts, and freeing the company IT and SAP teams for dealing with more important tasks. Thank you for your time and attention, and please check regularly for other videos in this series.